everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Victoria Montefusco and I'm a lover of all things when it comes to makeup, beauty, fragrance, and all of that fun stuff. And today I want to talk about some of my favorite fragrances to wear during the fall season. I know this is a little bit late. We're almost into the month of November when I'm filming this. By the time I post this, we'll be into November. But I thought it would be nice just to show you some of my favorite fragrances that I've been wearing a lot as the weather has been cooling down here in East Tennessee. So if you're interested in hearing about my favorite fragrances for the fall time, we have both designer and niche, so something really in every price point, then please keep on watching. All right, so I'm gonna start in no particular order, but I guess I'll start with the fragrance that I'm wearing today, and that is my little decant of Jean Paul Gaultier Labelle. I think this perfume is really lovely for the fall time. This scent to me gives me sparkling pear, vanilla, just warm, sweet coziness. I really enjoy it. So it's a little bit powdery too. It's just the perfect amount of powderiness where it smells really pleasant, but it doesn't smell like old lady-ish or anything like that. So in case you are wondering, I have the notes pulled up in front of me. So the notes of Labelle, we have top notes of pear and bergamot, mid notes of floral notes and leather, and base notes of vanilla, vetiver, amber, and musk. I really smell that pear. I really smell that vanilla. You do get hints of florals when you wear this fragrance, and personally, I just think it's lovely. I think it's a really great fragrance for every day. It's not too heavy or cloying or deep or dark or anything like that. To me, this is the perfect like fall day scent, and I just think it's lovely for every day. This doesn't retail for too expensive. I believe it's around $100, so that's well within designer price range, and I think the bottle is really cute too. As you can see, I just own this decant, but once I run out of this, which I would say I'm about maybe 40% done with it, but once I run out of this, I'm definitely gonna buy a full-size bottle because I just really enjoy this, and it's an easy, everyday, kind of mindless scent. As this wears throughout the day, you definitely get more of that sweet vanilla coming through versus the pear that's on the top. The pear fades away after a couple hours, but I would say the longevity on this is pretty solid. It normally lasts me throughout a work day, which, you know, I have like 8-hour work days. So it's pretty good longevity, but you know, after a while it becomes more of a skin scent, doesn't really project as much, but when you first spray this, I feel like it does project pretty darn well. So Labelle is a mindless, easy, everyday, you know, during the day, running errands, whatever you're doing, kind of fall scent. I really love it. So next, I want to talk about a bit of a controversial fragrance. It seems like it gets a lot of hate here on YouTube, which personally, I don't understand why at all. And this is YSL Black Opium. This is so good for the fall time and for the winter time. This is your, you know, floral, coffee, vanilla, gourmand-ish kind of fragrance, and it's just really lovely. It's just a classic, and I think it's really nice, and it lasts on me a really long time. So in case you're wondering what the notes are on here, we have top notes of pear, pink pepper, orange blossom, mid notes of coffee, jasmine, bitter almond, licorice, base notes of vanilla, patchouli, cedar, and cashmere wood. So to me, I get a lot of the coffee, a lot of the vanilla, a lot of white florals. So it's like a floral fragrance that if you like sweeter gourmands, that I think you'll like. Because normally, I'm not a floral person at all. Florals can really bother me and give me a headache, but for this, it's just so nice. It's just so sweet. With those more gourmand notes mixed with those florals, I just think it's really a great scent. I think this scent is perfect for every day. This was my signature scent for a little while, and I used to wear this stuff literally every single day. But I think this is great for the daytime. I think this is great for the nighttime. I think this easily transitions to multiple occasions, all of that. This is way too heavy and cloying for the spring and the summertime. So to me, this is a fall winter fragrance only. I have this little bottle, but you know, I've been growing my perfume collection, so this is more than enough juice for me, and this is just really lovely. I find that this lasts on my skin solidly throughout a work day, which is about 8 hours. It projects pretty well. You know, once you take a shower, it'll get off of you. But if on my skin, it's pretty good. Throughout the day, it projects less and less, similar to Labelle. But the lasting power is pretty nice, and the more it dries down, the more sweet vanilla you get, and the more of those white florals pop out. But when I first spray this, it's a little bit fruity, a little bit spicy, a lot of coffee, and a little bit of vanilla. And then as it dries down, it gets a bit sweeter. So I really enjoy this. I know this is controversial. I know this is basic, but I really do love Black Opium. All right, next I want to talk about another fragrance that's a bit more on the cheaper side, and this is Serendipity 3 Serendipitous. So I believe this bottle retails for about 50 bucks. This is a 50 ml, which is a pretty darn good price. So this is more of like designer, even less than designer price range. I believe this is the only fragrance that Serendipity 3 has ever released, and I think they're like an ice cream shop or something. So to me, if you'll notice, I love sweet fragrances, I love gourmand notes, and that's pretty much what this is to me. Like smelling this, I get coffee, liqueur, vanilla, orange. Like that's what I get from this. Coffee, orange, vanilla, liqueur. Like that is, it just smells like an amazing ice cream. So the notes in here are just Tahitian vanilla, bitter orange, and cacao. I think that cacao like reads as chocolate to me on my skin, but like smelling it from the bottle, I'm getting more coffee for some reason. I'm not sure why, but this is just a lovely, lovely fragrance. The lasting power on this isn't that great. If you spray this on your clothes, you'll definitely get better lasting power, but on the skin, it's not that great, maybe 4 or 5 hours. But for the price, you can't really complain all too much. But if you want to smell like an ice cream shop in the best way possible, if you like gourmand notes with a little bit of citrus in there, I think you'll really, really enjoy this. Antoinette, what's her name? Jeanne Antoinette, that's what her name is. Here on YouTube, she recommended this fragrance, and I got a sample of this from Lucky Scent, and I fell in love, and I knew I had to purchase the full bottle. So this is really, really lovely. It's not a projector, it's not a powerhouse by any means, but again, I think this would be good for every day just because it is pretty delicate. But if you do spray it on your clothes, you will smell it a bit more. So Serendipity 3 Serendipitous is really, really awesome, and I love it. Next, I want to talk about this fragrance, which is so, so good, and this is Call Me By Your Name from Juliettes Perfumes. This is amazing. I love this so much. So this is a dupe fragrance for Guerlain Gourmand Coquine, which I believe is discontinued. So the reason why I felt comfortable buying this dupe fragrance is because you really can't get the OG anymore. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy this. They have like a money back guarantee where they give you a tiny little sample of the fragrance. If you try that, you don't like it, you can send it back and you get all your money back, which is great. So it was very, very low risk, but normally their fragrances are out of stock. So I had to pre-order this one. But actually I believe right now when I'm filming this, this is in stock. So if you're interested in Guerlain Gourmand Coquine, definitely try this. This to me is super deep, sexy chocolate. Like, oh my God. This is perfect for nighttime, and it's just so, so good. So all of Juliettes Perfumes are extrait de parfums, so the lasting power and the projection on here is pretty darn powerful. Like, this is one of my heavy hitter fragrances in my collection. It is like almost beast mode, maybe even beast mode. Like, it is kind of crazy. So in case you're wondering, the notes on here are pretty darn similar to Guerlain Gourmand Coquine, but the notes specifically on this fragrance are top notes of chocolate, pink pepper, heart notes of vanilla, amber, jasmine, base notes of labdanum, benzoin, brown sugar, and musk. This is pretty darn sweet, but also a bit like musky and interesting. It's very dark, very chocolatey, and just very interesting. I have nothing like this in my collection, and in my opinion, this is one of my favorite chocolate perfumes. I would say these two are currently my two favorite chocolate perfumes I have in my collection. But this one might beat it out a little bit because the performance is just a lot better. And for the price, I believe this retails for about 70 bucks. Like, it's pretty darn good. And how much do you get in here? Yeah, this is a 50 mil. So these are the same size. This one's like $30 more expensive, but the performance on here is really nice. I love this bottle. It just looks pretty luxurious. The cap isn't super luxurious. It's just like plastic, but I do really enjoy this fragrance, and it is a powerhouse. Oh my goodness. Next up, a super popular, super hyped fragrance, and for great reason. So good for fall and winter. And this is Kilian Angel Share. This is marketed as unisex. To me, it's a bit more feminine than masculine, but if you want to smell like a boozy, spicy, like apple pie, I think this is for you. This to me is just so irresistible. Ugh, I want to wear this fragrance like during the holiday season. Like I want to wear this on Christmas Day. I want to wear this on Thanksgiving. Like this to me just gives me holiday vibes. I think it's because of the spiciness and the sweetness and the booziness. It just reminds me so much of the holidays. I love this bottle. It is so cute. I think it's supposed to look like some sort of like hard liquor like container, and I think it hits the vibes. It looks so good. The longevity on this is pretty darn good. It's not like, you know, Extrait de Parfum, like the Call Me By Your Name perfume. Like it's not that powerful, but it's pretty darn powerful. If you want to get it to last longer, spray it on your clothes, you know the drill. So in case you're wondering, the notes on here that are listed, we have top notes of cognac, mid notes of cinnamon, tonka bean, and oak, base notes of praline, vanilla, and sandalwood. To be honest, I don't get much woodiness in here, but I definitely get the sweetness, I definitely get the spiciness, and I definitely get that cognac booziness from this. This is so good. This to me is solidly fall winter. Do not wear this in the spring and summer. I just don't think it's a vibe then, but it's so nice. Like a lot of these fragrances I'm talking about, pretty much all of them, I would only wear in the fall and the winter time, just because they're gonna be too much, too cloying, too sweet, too during the spring and the summer. But Angel Share by Kilian definitely is worth the hype. I would recommend that you wait for a sale on this personally, like the Sephora sales coming up. If you can get, 10 to 20% off on this, great, get it then. Saks Fifth Avenue has sales a lot. You can get it from Saks. You can get it from a bunch of other places too, where they have sales. Maybe Black Friday will be good. Just because, this retails for about $200 and it's only how many mils is this? It's 1.7 ounces, which I think is 50 mil, right? Yeah, it's 50 mil. So this is a 50 mil for $200. So this is super expensive. You may want to wait for a sale, but this is really lovely. I love Angel Share. It is so boozy, amazing. This is one of my favorite, if not my absolute favorite fall winter fragrance. It's awesome. Next up, if you love cherry and almond, I feel like this is the fragrance for you. And this is Tom Ford Lost Cherry. So this is super expensive. I have the big boy 100 mil. I will admit, I did not pay anything close to full price for this. I think this size retails for like $400 or $500, which is absolutely insane. I think I paid about half price. So I got mine from the cosmetics company store. The one near me did not have this size or didn't have this fragrance in stock at all, but I called one in North Carolina and they shipped it to me. It was pretty low shipping cost and I got a great deal on this. So this is an awesome fragrance. What I get from this is cherry, almond, booziness. That's pretty much it. If you want to smell like an awesome cherry almond liqueur, like this is pretty much what you need to get. This to me, the longevity is not great. This fragrance is not known for having great longevity, and yeah, it's not amazing. But again, if you spray this on your clothes, it will last a lot longer. I do get a lot of compliments on this fragrance actually. I wore this to a friend's birthday party pretty recently and I sprayed this all over my clothes, on my skin, and I got like 2 or 3 compliments that night. So this will get you compliments as long as people like, really sweet cherry kind of fragrances. But to me, this is worth the hype, and I do hear complaints that like, oh, it only lasts like an hour on my skin. It lasts longer than an hour. It might last like 3 or 4 hours on my skin, but if you spray it on your clothes, it'll last a lot longer than that. So in case you are wondering about the notes on this, Of course, we have, top notes of sour cherry, bitter almond, and liqueur, which are basically what I get from this fragrance. We have mid notes of sour cherry, plum, Turkish rose, jasmine sambac, and we have base notes of tonka bean, vanilla, Peru balsam, benzoin, cinnamon, sandalwood, cedar, cloves, vetiver, and patchouli. So there's a lot more in here than just, cherries, almonds, and alcohol, but mostly what I smell is cherry, almonds, and alcohol. So this is a really lovely fragrance, but if you can get it on sale, get it on sale. Do not pay full price for this at all. And last but not least, I want to talk about this baby. So this is Penhaligon's Changing Constants. This fragrance is really, really good. Again, a very hyped fragrance here on YouTube. This is niche, and I think it warrants the hype. This to me is just spicy, cardamom, pimento with a little bit of sweetness. It's not too much. There's actually a scent from Fragrance du Bois in collaboration with Demi Rawling, and that one's called Minuit et Demi. And that fragrance smells very similar to this, but to me, that fragrance is like way too strong. Like it gives me a headache, it's too much, it chokes me out, I can't do it. This one is, to me, better. It's a better version of that. They retail for about the same price. So, it's just like, what do you prefer here? I definitely recommend that you try these out. I don't recommend that anybody really blind buy anything, but really don't blind buy this because I think it could be like a love or a hate here, but it's sweet, it's spicy. Again, a little bit boozy. This one, again, is only for fall and winter. Do not wear this in spring and summer. I think it'll be way too cloying, way too spicy, just way too much. But in case you are wondering about the notes of Changing Constants, we have top notes of cardamom, pimento, mid notes of caramel and salt, base notes of vanilla, tobacco, cashmere. So yeah, I definitely smell the spiciness from the cardamom and pimento. I smell that sweetness from the vanilla and caramel. And yeah, now that I see that salsa note, it is a little bit salty. It brings a little bit something interesting in there. But this is really good. The lasting power on this, again, isn't as good as Minuit et Demi, but Minuit et Demi just chokes me out and it gives me headaches, so I can't do it. But I would say solid lasting power. Projection is moderate. But again, if you just want something, really spicy, a little bit sweet, a little bit interesting, and you want a really awesome looking bottle, I love this bottle. I think Penhaligon's Changing Constants is really, really good. And I can thank Erin Nicole TV here on YouTube for recommending this because she got me super intrigued about this and I really, really do enjoy it. So those are my favorite fragrances for the fall time. Probably also going to be my favorite fragrances for the winter. So I hope you all enjoyed this. Again, this list could change as I try other fragrances. I have a Royalty Scents subscription, which is where I got this decant from of Labelle. And so I try fragrances there. Every month I purchase one-off samples a lot too. So I could be adding new fragrances for the fall and the winter time in my collection. But of course, you'll be seeing all of my reviews, rankings, first impressions, everything on my channel. And all of these fragrances, I believe I do have some sort of content here on my channel. So if you are interested in getting more of like an in-depth review or first impressions or whatever you want, you can definitely check out that content. So with that, if you like this video, please like this video. It helps out with YouTube algorithm and it also helps me know what kind of content you like to see on my channel. If you like me, please subscribe. I'd love to have you all here. I post videos 2 to 3 times a week. And if you have anything to comment down below, let me know. Any questions on these fragrances, any fragrance recommendations based on the fragrances I showed you today, I would really love to hear those. And with that, thank you for spending a little part of your day with me, and I will see you all next time. Bye.